Donovan McNabb, traded from the Eagles to the Redskins. 6-time Pro Bowler, brought them to the playoffs approximately 87 times. Went to the Super Bowl once. As one of my friends pointed out, who's a McNabb fan, and just as a fan of the NFL, he's not from Philly or anything like that. He said, look, the one time the guy had a receiver, he went to the Super Bowl and lost to Tom Brady and the Patriots, which is not a crime, right? The rest of the time, he had Todd Pinkston. I mean, what did you want the guy to do? And finally, he gets 2 receivers, right? And Jeremy Maclin's pretty good, and Deshaun Jackson's excellent, and they trade him to the Redskins. Oh, come on, give the guy a chance, right? So I'm sympathetic to that, but I'm not sure it was the wrong move by the Eagles. There's something intangible, and I might be wrong about this, and I even feel bad saying it, because McNabb, I mean, what more can a quarterback do, right, in a lot of ways, given his situation? But especially with no receivers for so long, and he keeps taking him to the championship game over and over on his shoulders. But I felt like he wasn't going to do it in Philly. And I think that's what they felt, and so they went with, of course, his backup, Kevin Kolb, and they also have Michael Vick in the fold in case something goes wrong with Kolb. I'm curious as to what JR thinks. 1, did they do him wrong? And 2, are they going to regret it?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say the regret part, because who knows how the Redskins are going to look, because as you said before, it's a quarterback. It's one position. But I think it was a bad move. The thing is, if you don't feel that he was going to do with the Eagles, it wasn't because of him. It's just because of the Eagles. Like, it's not like next year, now we're predicting the Eagles to be in the Super Bowl. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, my God, they finally dumped that expendable Donovan McNabb. Now they're going to make the Super Bowl and win it this time. With what? Kevin Kolb? Seriously. But, I mean, I see the value in doing it before he actually does get old, because he's beginning to get old. Right. So when they can still get, I don't even know what they got from him, a couple of draft picks, I think that's what they got.
Yeah.
Which actually,
they got a second round pick, 37th overall, and then a 3rd or 4th round pick next year. Which is not a lot to get for one of the probably top 10 quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. But you know what? That means that's what the market was valuing him at, because apparently nobody offered higher. And, I mean, again, that makes me feel bad for McNabb, and I feel bad saying they weren't going to do it with him, and I might be entirely wrong about that, but my gut was saying they're better off making this move, especially as JR pointed out because of his age, although he hadn't lost anything at this point. I mean, he still played great last year.
Yeah, it was absolutely wrong. But now the hard part now, and actually I think Deshaun Jackson was talking about it. I heard a little quick thing about him. They interviewed him about it, and I think he's a little worried about this aspect. They trade him within the division. Mm-hmm. That's like, I don't know, in my mind, that's one thing you just don't do. When you're going to trade a guy that big of a name away, you don't keep him in your division to play him twice a year.
Yeah, I'm not that concerned about that.
That was one of the big deals when they got rid of Favre, when Favre finally left Green Bay, and he stayed in the division. It just became a bigger game. And guys they generally play very well against their former teams. I just don't know if you really want to do that and play him twice. Because he's not bad. If he sucks, who cares if he plays against you 2 times a year?
Yeah, I hear you on that. And he of course, he doesn't suck. He's very good. But I'm not overly concerned about that. I mean, either the Redskins have the team or they don't have the team. And if he should be a professional, I mean, he should be fairly motivated to beat everybody, right? And I know, even if you're a professional, you get a little bit more motivation, et cetera. But look, you got to improve your team. If the Redskins gave you the best offer, they gave you the best offer. I wouldn't sweat that too much.
Is that an improvement to the Eagles is the last question.
Right. That's the question.
Hell no. I think those two close to believe. No, but who do they have now for next year? But these 2 quarterbacks they have left, you're like, oh, it's over the hump now. Now they got rid of them. Now they got Kevin Kolb because he's a superstar.
I don't know. Kolb looked good, man. It could be totally misleading. He looked fantastic when he played, though. And they never got over the hump with McNabb. I'll say it for the 3rd time. That might be unfair, but they didn't get over the hump. Do I think they might do better with Kolb? I think they might. Okay. Why? Because he was fantastic when he played.
And McNabb was, what other adjective can we use for McNabb when he played?
Yeah, but he lost a lot of the big games. I mean, I know, but he lost a lot of the big games. So I can see why they're torn about it. But look, if McNabb goes in and over the next couple of years, the Redskins go up and wind up getting in the championship game a couple of years, and Kolb fizzles out as he might, and then you look back and go, oh, that was a disastrous trade. What were they thinking? And, it's entirely possible. So Now, at least for us fans, it's more interesting. You're going to watch that Redskins-Eagles game next year? I don't know about you, but I am. Okay, definitely. So that's going to be some fun times. All right, so that's the major trade happening in the NFL.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
And they got your boy Shanahan at coach. I mean, you're gonna hate that if they actually do well.
Oh, I know. But I don't hate McNabb. I mean, and look, Shanahan, the clown that he is. So he immediately brings in 2 more running backs, of course, because he has to have a committee of 87 running backs, right? And who did he bring in? Willie Parker and Larry Johnson. Can you bring in someone who's not, who's under the age of 39? Okay, I know I'm doing Willie Parker a little wrong there. And, you can make a case for LJ, et cetera. But Shanahan's going to screw that up, man. He thinks he's such a goddamn genius. But I don't want to overstate it because who knows? Maybe McNabb is so good that he pulls him out of it, right? So it'll be interesting to watch. Yeah, but already I hate the Redskins. Shanahan alone.